Hi everyone, Chris at VR Flight Sim here. I just thought I would document my upgrade from Vulkan Beta 4 to Beta 6. We're not talking about Beta 5, are we? We'll pretend that didn't happen. I've got my tea, everything will be fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and switch to the desktop, and then let's hit the X-Plane button and see what happens. So normal screens come up with initialize plugins. That usually sits there for ages. Oh, straight away, right. If you choose not to update now, you can always do so later. Well, let's quit and update. Okay, so downloading, that went pretty quick, and update now. Let's see how much this has got to do. To be fair, I should have read the installation notes. I know that VR's apparently improved from what people have been saying. Welcome to the X-Plane 11 Web Updater. This installer will guide you through the process of updating your copy of X-Plane to the latest version. Right, let's just do it. I just want to do it. I just want it done. Okay, it's scanning 100,171 files, and we're currently on 3,500. Wow, this might take time. Just talk among yourselves, I guess. Right, so that took about 4 minutes. It wasn't going along that speed all the way. It actually sped up towards the end, so it wasn't too bad. Now, it says the installer is about to install the file blah 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 runway.dds. But I've modified this file. What would you like to do? And I think I'm going to actually overwrite it. Although what I know that is Airport Environment HD. But I'm going to reinstall that. So I'm actually going to overwrite the old file because I want the whole shebang, if you like. I don't want to have a mixed up installation. So I've clicked do this for all files in this directory. So overwrite, but I'm still having to click overwrite. Okay, that's fine. Settings.txt. I'm going to have to reapply my settings hack that gives you 8 megabyte shadows in the cockpit if you want to go onto my YouTube site and have a look at that. And that's quite important. I will leave that off though and see if they've fixed the shadows naturally. Hopefully if they've done that. Basically, unless you have really high settings with the draw shadows on scenery turned on, unfortunately you got low resolution shadow rendering in the cockpit, which looked awful. It was really, really jaggy. So I just did a little hack of settings.txt, which you can see on YouTube, youtube.com/vrflightsim, and it's a very, very simple hack of a file we're not supposed to mess about with, but I don't feel too bad about it because I think we should have proper shadows in the cockpit. Anyway, so look, this download speed is really, really slow. I'm on a 250 megabyte line here, and it's coming in at less than a megabyte a second. So I guess we're all downloading. It's 11:45 on the first full day of the upgrade, 29th of April 2020, and here we are beginning to speed up. That's good. And it's sometimes pausing because it's installing rather than downloading, maybe. 21 seconds left in the install, downloading at 5.5 megabytes a second. But it seems to have reached a little bit of a halt. Don't even know what resources default data CIFP OOC.dat is, but there we go. Oh, it's sped up again. There you go. That's more like it. It's still working on this though. 8 seconds left. I'm not sure I believe the timings yet. And it's only downloading from one download server, so it hasn't got like a sort of spread download that sometimes gets. Right, finished downloading. Fly X-Plane now. Let's be really, really rash and just press that. Okay. Now I've heard other people of having to delete the contents of their X-Plane /output /shader cache directory, and you know, if we do, that's fine. I had this on VR when I was last playing it, so I'm interested to see whether it'll go back into VR, but I suspect it will just go straight into normal. Oh no, there you go. It has. I take it all back. It has launched the Oculus window, which means it's loading VR. So I've got to just put my headset on and switch to my next screen. And if this works, now that's different because you usually get, although it's saying disable headset, you usually get the VR screen here. So has that enabled VR or not? Maybe they've changed the loading screen or the front screen. I'm going to put the headset on and we will find out. Back in 1 moment. Okay, so I had to re-enable Vulkan and then quit. And then when it started, it wasn't in VR again. So I went to VR hardware and enabled that. And then we're back here. So it did start. It had a bit of a stumble in that Vulkan had been switched off back to OpenGL. But we are back inside, so that's good. So let's just do the obvious and go main menu, new flight. And all my favorites are still there, so that's good. Let's just take a basic Cessna, and if we go to London City, I'm going to clear that weather up a bit. Don't want like that. And in the middle of the day, there we go. So let's start that, and I will come back when it's loaded. Right then, so we made it to the cockpit, and first time it looks like the beta's running absolutely fine. Jagged shadows are back, I can confirm. Crappy shadows are back unless you have high rendering settings and have that box ticked for draw shadows on scenery. So I'm going to go off and hack my settings.txt before anything else. And I'll be back and we'll do a little review of whether you got any change in blurry textures. I think first look is not promising. That looks like a pretty blurry texture to me right there. But nonetheless, at least we've got in VR, and I understand they've fixed the crash where if you go in and out of VR, it would crash. So you know, this is good. I'm glad it's working. Okay, I'll be back with a review of how X-Plane looks and runs in the next video.